to how to check it.
I'm here at the Yacht Haven Marina in Phuket, Thailand. It is the main operating base for Dream Yacht Charters out of Thailand to explore the beautiful Andeman Sea. Now, I was meant to pick up a Bali 4.5, which I was very excited to take because I've never sailed one of those cats, but unfortunately something didn't go quite well. There's a problem with the toilets, and the boat was a little bit smelly to get fixed up in the next 5 hours between pickup and delivery, so the company gave us a Lagoon 45. Now, the benefit of that for me was that the boat is 5 years old, and we're going to get to see what Catamaran looks like at the end of its lifespan in charter. So let's just go and have a look and see what she's like. We've got Christina here from Dream Yacht Charter. She's going to give us a bit of an introduction to the boat, give us a technical introduction, how everything works, and at the same time we'll go through the inventory, so make sure that everything is meant to be on the boat is actually here, so that we come back there's going to be no disputes and missing parts. Everything is well documented on these checklists here, and we'll be going around ticking it off as we go along.
Okay.
Excellent, thanks.
So we're inside, so we can check the navigation equipment and the spins and everything. This is signaling mirror.
Okay, yeah. Emergency gears.
Your divider. So they try to write in English what is this and forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And they do pictures so you can recognize them.
Yeah.
This is your electrical panel. So first off, water heater is all in our boat is just disconnected.
Okay.
So you will have hot water from your engine when you're outside.
Yep. Christina continued to give us a very detailed induction into the boat. She explained all the systems, told us where to find things, where to find lines, fenders, spare parts. And she went into great detail about every single aspect of this yacht. From an owner's point, that was fantastic, because I now know that if someone goes out on this boat and is not familiar or is too afraid to ask in order not to look like a fool, Christina will take away that and just treat everyone the same, give everyone a good basic understanding of what's expected, and off you go. So it took a while, an hour and a half to 2 hours, but definitely worth the time to avoid any surprises later on during the journey.
If you have any problem, you just send me a picture.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just tell you everything is super easy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you open, this one has some heavy things like that. So you just go on the side. And everything is quite simple. Okay. So completely people cannot, because usually customer just puts his boom everywhere and so.
As I pointed out before, every boat is different, so specific attention was given to the winches, the halyards, what goes where. By the way, all the equipment here was in absolutely top-notch shape. We talked about engines, the need to be attentive to ropes behind the boat that might drag so they don't get caught in the propellers, what to do in case you have a rope get caught, plenty of fishing nets here, the need for the engines to run the anchor winch, for example. Many things the novice may not be aware of. Just because we are owners of boats doesn't mean that everyone else is aware of these things. So again, nothing was left to chance.
So, generator and so you have a boat. Are you going to sail with your boat?
Yes, the plan is to sail around 5 years to look at all the nice places,
Yes.
like using these yachts,
Yes.
and then at the end of the 5 years you can go and work away from that.
You want to go with Catamaran?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't like the boats, but
Yeah.
don't tell anyone.
Okay. I have monocle. No, but I mean, I have 60 foot monocle.
Oh, that's big.
Good one.
Yeah.
Number one on end of the door.
Oh, that
On
looks
the
nice.
side. Yeah. I sail.
So we already had a very good introduction to the boat by Christine there, very detailed operating instructions and walkthrough. Just want to focus on a couple of little items. So this is I think a 2014, that's right, 2014 Lagoon 450. Little amounts of wear and tear, they're really not that much. It's on the floor and the wood mainly. Joel, the base manager, tells me that when this boat goes out of charter next year or the end of this season, then all this will be redone, revarnished, and it'll pretty much come up like new. There are a few marks on the seats, but again, we've been told by other operators that don't get light coloured cushions because they end up being very easy prone to stain. You can see that here and here. But again, this is all just mainly cosmetic damage there done. If we look around here on the fridges, they all work really well, nice and cold. A little bit of damage there on the bottom and on the sides. But other than that, all is working well. The same is applicable to the other fridge. You can see the damage there. Again, it'll be interesting to find out, and I'll have a chat to the base manager afterwards to see what the story is when it comes to items like that and the description of fair wear and tear. The rest of the kitchen is quite nice. It's all very nicely laid out. It's got all the bits and pieces in it. Of course, again, you see it's been used, but after 5 years of chartering, you wouldn't expect anything less. All the hinges are really well maintained. Nothing is loose or broken. All the locks are working. I haven't spotted anything yet where I thought it needed fixing or hasn't been addressed so far by the company. The one thing I have discovered is that there are quite a few scratches on the windows. It's probably a little bit hard to see here, but nothing much that can be done. It's usually from ropes. There all seem to be rope marks that have caused these markings on the plastic windows. Just went down in the cabins here. What a cute little presentator. But again, everything in here is nice and clean. All the hatches, all the lights, everything is working very nicely. Little modification there to the original sun cover. Obviously the folding one that comes with the boat broke, so I came up with this a little more robust option. As you can see, yeah, obviously there's no replacement available, so this one was installed. The foreheads are all the same, and again, all clean and everything is working. Got shades up there so people can't. It's got a hatch and everything in here. Looking quite good. No corrosion, no water damage, and it's the same in all four heads. Starboard forward cabin. Again, really no markings whatsoever. All quite nicely looked after. The lights all work, everything works. This one still has the original ceiling light with the fly screen. A quick look at the hidden spaces in the boat, bilge left and right. A little bit of surface corrosion there. The water from the air conditioner obviously drains into the bilge and then gets pumped out, which causes a moist atmospheres in that area. Hot and cold water manifolds are all working well. They were hooked up to the transom shower at the same time. I mentioned it earlier, the engines. Christina gave us a very detailed rundown on how to look after them as well, from a maximum RPM that should be used during cruise, to how to check the oil levels in the engines as well as in the sail drives, and the color of the oil in case you had a rope that got caught in the propeller and damaged the seals on the way. So, again, these are things that we take for granted because we know the system, but not everyone who rents a yacht is fully au fait with how these systems operate. So a gentle reminder of what to look out for certainly can't go astray, and puts me as an owner at ease. A final reminder by her was that if you don't know how to do what to do, give me a call and I will run through it with you over the phone. If it still doesn't work, then we'll come out and help you.
Okay, so you see that is really dry and everything is okay. So I not ask you every day to check the oil or whatever. You will have alarm if something happen, but if one day or 2-3 days you will just open and see no water, no nothing.
Yep.
It will be helpful.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure can.
Yeah.
This is the solar panels. They have seriously deteriorated over the years and definitely need replacing. So easy to put and nice to walk on, but 5 years, solar panel that can't handle the solar seems to be a bit of a strange concept to me. We see here the replacement of the silicon from the original one. Maybe not quite so nice there, different color. It's easily repaired and easily replaced, but obviously nothing was available at the time. And that's it. So we just had a good walk around. Everything looks pretty good. Really happy with the yacht presents itself after 5 years of service. Later on we'll go for a sail and have a look at the sails and see how she performs.
quick charter here at the Andeman Sea. It's been beautiful weather when we left, and certainly a beautiful day today. In between, a bit of a mixed bag. We had thunderstorms, torrential downpours, squalls of 35 knots, but it made for some interesting experience. We got some good sailing done. We got to try out all the reefing lines. Anchoring in 25-30 knots on sandy bottoms didn't work too well on this boat, so we went to areas of mud, and she stuck there quite nicely. The climate, very humid, very hot, gave the air conditioning and the generator certainly a good workout, and I can attest that the 5 air conditioning units on this lagoon can turn the whole boat into an icebox if it needed to. Generator, very quiet, very good unit, starts up all the time and hums along as it hardly becomes annoying. We'll be having to sail back from here to Yacht Haven. It's about a 2-hour sail and motor, given the wind is not too much today. It's been an awesome trip, and we have certainly learned a lot. And finally, what do I think about this particular boat at the end of its charter life? And if it were mine, I'll be happy. Everything works. Most of the issues are cosmetic, which can easily be fixed. And like any yacht, you need to get used to the boat and its little habits, and once you have figured it out, how it all works and how all the little things happen that didn't happen the first time because you didn't know which button to press and it's unfamiliar, then this lagoon was being looked after reasonably well given the amount of work it has done. So yes, it's a thumbs up for me, that's for sure. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next charter. During the sail we only found 4 small issues there. The lazy jack, the leaking hatch that you can see in the starboard forepeak, a little bit of water there. The throttle handle on the outboard motor vibrated off. I found the screw in the dinghy afterwards, and a little door latch there that was missing a screw.
The culprit for dragging at anchor. It's the wrong one. How did I miss that?
Remember Christina's boat from the beginning of the video? There's an interesting story to tell about that one.
Oh, yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, I sail around Ukraine, but I'm not finished yet, so from Ukraine I come here.
Oh, right. Awesome.
With my husband, but we did this for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not rushed. Yeah, but it's been nice. We enjoy it.
Do you do much planning, or you just look at the weather,
Yes.
the seasons, and okay, we'll go with the seasons?
We did a lot of plan, and no one from this plan never happened.
Right, okay.
That's when our circumnavigation, this is a time when we start to do any plans, even for tomorrow.
Yeah, right, okay.
It teaches you a lot, really. So we did plan to do it for 1 year in the beginning.
Yeah.
Then finally it's 4 years, and then we did plan for another 3, but then with the weather and boat and everything, when something broken, so we were planning to stay like 1 week, but then some parts is broken in some way on the middle on the Pacific Ocean, so you need to wait like months for get these parts.
Yeah.
So everything is changed in your planning.
Right.
So never do any plan. Just go and then make the step by step. It's better.
Awesome. Well, we'll have that to look forward to.
Yeah.
You can come along too, Sam.
Yeah. You need to wait when you will be retired.
Need to finish school first.